My name is Ben Miller. I'm with the Mesa County Sheriff's Office. I'm the Unmanned Aircraft Program Director. I've worked for the Mesa County Sheriff's Office for the last 13 years, and the last 7 of those have been directing our unmanned aircraft program. We got interested real early on, I think, in the progression of unmanned aircraft in the United States, and we've been quite successful with the FAA as far as applying for and receiving COAs. Currently we operate 5 different systems. From an exploratory perspective, kind of determining what they can do, how they can benefit society, and really the ways that they can really improve upon our day-to-day operations. And interestingly enough, what we've found is that it's really not a capability improvement, in that we've been able to fly for a long time, both from a public safety perspective and from a survey perspective. But really what it's doing for us is it comes in significantly more efficiently, and the dollars spent are quite a lot less. The cost of operation for your average helicopter is anywhere from $250 to $1,000 an hour. Our data over the last 6 years has said that cost of operation for unmanned aircraft is just $25 an hour. Typically, from a survey perspective, we'll hire manned aviation to do aerial surveys of our landfill, and from the photos they can do volumetric calculations and many other things that they're required to do annually. Now with the Trimble aircraft, and specifically the UX5, we're hoping to reduce that cost of operation in just that single mission, and then look to explore into other survey type operations in the future. So it's been an interesting last 6 years, and we're real excited now to get our first COA on the Trimble UX5, and really put it out there, see what kind of data we can collect, and really see how we can put that data to good use for the community. We're really looking to make unmanned aircraft not just a public safety asset, but really a community asset, seeing where we can use it in many different places. Today we're out here training. We're doing our first initial flights, our manufacturer training with Trimble, with Gatewing, and getting guys to that point where they're proficient. They can launch the equipment into the air, and it can take the photos that they need and assist their survey work back at the office. The COA process that we've successfully completed with the FAA it is an interesting situation. I would tell you that 6 years ago it just kind of seemed relatively non-attainable, but now after receiving multiple COAs over the last few years, I think my opinion is a little bit different. I can tell you that we've experienced the FAA's willingness to submit or to approve COAs to allow us to fly, and that's been beneficial, and it's been relatively productive for us over the last couple of years. So we're excited to get the COA. The specifics about the COA, not to go into a significant amount of detail because I think you could talk for hours on it, but the bottom line, a customer inside the United States would submit for a COA, and a COA is COA, stands for Certificate of Authorization or Waiver. The FAA will issue COAs to public agencies, or what's easily more described as any division of government within the United States. As a public agency, being the Mesa County Sheriff's Office and the greater Mesa County government, a public agency, we've submitted for a COA and received a COA for the UX5. It allows us to fly anywhere inside Mesa County during the day, which obviously is no limitation when you're doing survey work, as the sun needs to be up to take photos. That COA process is specific to the piece of equipment you're flying, or the model of unmanned aircraft, as well as a geographic area. So we've defined that in this COA as Mesa County. It is only applicable to divisions of government or public entities. We've decided long ago that we want to walk in the front door with the FAA instead of skirting around the back. We believe that we've created a credibility over the last few years, and we've used that credibility to work with the FAA to improve the process. I can tell you that the COA process is much more usable and much more relevant to mitigating safety and the use of unmanned aircraft in the national airspace than it was 6 years ago. That process can be lengthy for the newcomer. However, once you kind of get the hang of it and you know the specifics of the information that's required, it goes relatively quickly. I would say after 6 years, we can get a COA packet or COA application together within just a few hours. There's specific data you need from the manufacturer on the performance of the aircraft. There is a letter signed by a legal entity within the government that would address the fact that you truly are a division of government. And then there's also what they call an AWR, which we refer to as the airworthiness letter.